Good day, viewers of the OurMFC YouTube channel, or of course, whatever podcast platform you are listening to this on. Because I sometimes forget that audio listeners exist. Don't take that as an insult. You are very much appreciated, Dad. I don't think my dad listens to this. Who knows? So Sheffield United, yeah, they exist. And they beat us 4-1. I'm presuming you've seen or heard, again, audio listeners. So without further ado, let's break down the goals. It's been a long day at work, by the way. Just in my work clothes. I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame right now. What's that? Oh, crikey! Should have worn a jacket, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's get into the goals. So, the first goal for Sheffield United comes on the 23rd minute, scored by Sander Berge. Cheeseburger, some would say. Go vegan. Yeah, so Billy Sharp breaks down Boro's right on the edge of the box. Gets a cross in, which Lumley actually palms away. Unfortunately, he palms it onto Mark Bowler's back. Just massively unfortunate that. Yeah, not really much you can do there. He's just dived out, tried to palm it out, and it just hit Mark Bowler on the back, and then Sander Berge has a tap in. Now it is poor marking of the Norwegian, I believe it's Norwegian, Sander Berge, because he made a run from deep, completely untracked, which isn't great. And Bowler was just completely overloaded because he had Sander Berge running at him, and then Ben Osborne, the wing back, on his outside. And more annoyingly, it all seemed to come from a long throw where Billy Sharp is just completely unmarked, just completely unchallenged, brings it down and then turns. So yeah, just not great defending, and then a huge slice of misfortune. And then they scored 2 minutes later, which pretty much kills the game off, to be honest. 2 goals in that quick amount of time. Football, momentum's important in football, and yeah, that killed ours if we had any, which apparently were awful. Yeah, so they win it back. Gibbs White just drives forward with the ball, plays a simple pass to Billy Sharp, and it's a tap in again. The initial positions are all over the place, but I think that's probably because we had the ball, just because of the turnover of possession, basically. So Mark Bowler's really high up. McNair's very central, whereas normally McNair, we have a look, if we do a little screen share, yeah, McNair, would have been, well, normally, as you can see, McNair is vibing out up here. That's a really good circle. Yeah, normally he's about here. In this instance, for this goal, he was over here. That's not what you want for Patrick McNair. Basically because Dale Fry was really far out to the right. He was over here. It was just a shambles, basically. He was absolute shambles. Now we did have the ball, so I think like I say, that's probably why. But yeah, that left a huge gap for Billy Sharp. Just a huge gap. Gibbs White just sits McNair down, little dummy. Really nice, to be fair to him. Does Lumley with it as well, and then just rolls it across. Lumley's positioning was right over the side, right, like too close to his right hand post. He should have been, but he did get sold. He got sold with a dummy from Gibbs White, and I'm partially thinking he didn't actually know Billy Sharp was there. I think maybe a lot of people were thinking, Mark Bowler will be there. I don't know. It was not great. Not great, let's be honest. Speaking of not great, 3-0. It's not a great scoreline. 59th minute. This was atrocious defending. I'll just let you peruse the average ratings there for a second. It's not great, is it? It's not good vibes. There's Boro there. Up the boys. I saw someone comment on the last video Shout out yourself. I believe Soul Counselling always loves a comment, begging us not to make a video. Sorry, pal. I apologise. You know, got to do what you got to do. He might not watch it, to be fair. Yeah, it's just the third goal, just so static, defending that corner. You know, we're like I'm tired. I nearly said we were like cliches. I was going to say I'm using a cliche. We were like statues. Bloody hell, what's going on with me today? Yeah, I mean, I'd slowed it down. Initially, it looks like we were doing a mix of zonal and man marking. The ball went too far, or maybe it was planned, headed back across. And Jack Robinson, the goal scorer, just in acres of space on the 6-yard line. Like, no one's closing down, and there were 4 Boro players just knocking air in the 6-yard. They're just keeping an eye on the wind, just checking where it goes, going with it. I respect that. You know, the wind's it's a tricky thing. You got to stay with it. So, equally, probably mark the player, boys. You know, that's all I'll say. And then the shot bounced just in front of Mr. Lumley, which, you know, I don't think Lumley had a bad game. He got given a 5.7. From what I've seen, he didn't have a bad game. I think he's a lovely little scapegoat, because he has performed badly this season at times, quite frequently at times. But, you know, I don't think he was that bad. I mean, he only made the 1 save from how many shots on target? 2 shots on target. That's fun. Make it make sense. Probably some of them came off the post or were deflected in. You know, I know my football manager. It's not even football manager. Yeah, poor Joe Lumley. Always a scapegoat, is that man? I like you, Joe. I wish you were slightly better, but I do like you. But 3-1 viewers. You know, when I'm talking about momentum being important, there's the attacking momentum there. Sheffield United are the green team in his. So make of that what you will. Yeah, 3-1. Wes Foderingham, the keeper, who had an absolute clanger, just slipped trying to clear the ball, and Balogun bounces. Takes it around the keeper and finishes into an empty net. But to be fair, albeit it was from a tight angle. So give a bit of credit for that. And, you know, as they say, goals breed confidence. Could this be the first of many for Balogun in this run-in? Let's hope so. Because none of our strikers are really scoring at the moment, apart from Super Joshy Coburn. No, I mean, none of them are really scoring at the moment. So that's going to need to be fixed. Could Balogun be the answer? Don't know. I was speaking to someone at work who doesn't really rate him. I was a little bit confused because I think he's class on the ball. You know, I think he's a very good technical player. Like I say, goals breed confidence. You know, that could have been a turning point. You know, we look at the momentum. We score here. We had a decent period in the game, even until about there, and then they scored and killed it off. Made it 4-1. Once again, I noted positioning all over the place. Ball comes out to Osborne on the right hand side. Now, I mean, there's no left wing back now because Bowler's gone off for Watmore to facilitate our switch into a 3-4-3. Now, in fairness, I'm saying the position was all over the place. We have switched to the 3-4-3. We were 3-1 down with 10 minutes to go. Like, we had to go for it, really. I do like that about Wilder. He does commit men forward. You know, because there's no left wing back, Fry has to come across a little bit more, leaves the gap for Gibbs White. But to be fair to him, the finish is sublime. You know, game respects game, Morgan. You know, I see what you're doing there. I would have done the same, just in the other net, of course, the Boro. No, I do kind of feel like either McNair or Fry has to try and stop the cross from Osborne, because there's no chance of marking all the Sheffield United. I know it's in a split second, it's really quick, but there's no chance of us marking those Sheffield United players. You know, there is. If you look at it, there was kind of let's do some drawing. You know, that Ben Osborne's about here. There's two Sheffield United players just running in here. Yeah, so there's, Ben Osborne's about here. Let me change this to a nice little arrow. Choose a shape. Oh no, I don't want. Oh no, no, stop. I just want an arrow. Draw me an arrow. Oh, how bloody hell does this work? How the what? Go back. Go back, please. What's happening? Oh, what have I done? I'm caught in a loop. What have I done now? Can it? What is this? No, right, hang on. What is actually happening? Can I, someone help? What does this button do? Go back. Stop drawing shapes. No. Right. Well, we'll consider this a passing network. So Ben Osborne's out here. There's a Sheffield United player in there. Two of them, in fact. Just imagine it. Two of them vibing around. Comes in here. There's Morgan Gibbs-White. And he just... Let's get the football. Bosh. Yeah. We're just going to... I don't know what we're going to do now. Can I change it to... No? Oh! I thought I had it. No. No. Oh my goodness. I figured it out. I've drawn a star. If you want more content like that, if you want to watch me being more inept, like and subscribe. Where were we? So I just wanted to draw an arrow. That's all I want. We're just going to go back to just a drawing. So there's two Sheffield United players making runs in here. Lumley wasn't here, by the way. He was actually in goal. They had an overload, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. They had an overload. There's two men unmarked at the back post, and Crooks can't cover both of them. He's trying, bless his cotton socks. So yeah, I feel like either McNair or Fry just has to go out, stop the cross, because, like I say, you're not like, if you stand off him and try and mark all the Sheffield United players, you're not going to. And if you give it Osborne the time, he will pick out a man, as he did, and Gibbs-White finished it. That's kind of, I could be wrong. And that was basically it on it. That was game over, 4-1. It was probably game over anyway, but yeah. Bloody nightmare. Absolute bloody nightmare. They deserved it as well. So let's look at the average positions. One thing you may notice, if you've looked at the average positions a lot this season, we should be a lot higher than that. Particularly Mark Bowler. It's been Neil Taylor recently. He's been up kind of here. Tav, he's been up kind of here. Those are that's big. Even Jones has, been higher up. Connolly on the edge of the, centre circle. That's the word. Yeah. That's not me having a go at Connolly there, or Tav or Bowler. I think what happened here is they pressed us. You can see they're a lot more structured than us. Let's remove those weird mushroom-looking things. They're a lot more. If you look at the structure of our back three, and quite often it is similar to this. Compare that to theirs, which is much more like a actual. I've drawn a monobrow there, but you get the picture. The key thing being Mark Bowler pushed right back by this combination of Sander Berger and Ben Osborne here. Just 2-on-2 against McNair and Bowler. Sander Berger playing more as that Mazzala looking here. Running into those channels, into those half spaces, and just looking like he's trying to stop that crossfield ball from McNair to Jones, which has been so effective recently, or to stop McNair bringing it out from the back, and that forces Bowler back, which is a problem, because then you see here there is just a hole. There's just a hole, which Tav can't be here. He has to come across here. Just completely offsets us. basically. Yeah, oh crikey, get rid of those. Let me just go back to give me, they basically just made us bend to their will. They were the much better team. Simple as that. You can see that from. What else can we say that from? They dominate possession, which is what we like to do. Obviously, as you'd expect, dominating possession harder to do away from home a lot of the time because of that. Home fans, home crowd. 15 fouls, crikey. Seems like we were frustrated. We had a lot more shots. I'd be interested to see the shot location, but I'm a simpleton. I don't know where to find it. I mean, you can see we did have 55% possession, so that's fun. We do like to have more possession. Second half, 60% possession, crikey. Yeah, but from that, only 2 shots on target. Only 3 corners, and we're a corner team. The big thing here: 3 big chances to their 4. We missed 2 of those. Hit the woodwork as well. Yeah, look at that. We let them have 7 shots inside the box. I'm just rolling through stats now. Pass accuracy was reasonably low as well, similar to the Barnsley game. So that's consecutive away games where we have just not really controlled the game. Not held the ball. We've been sloppy. And similar to the Barnsley game, we're a lot deeper than we'd like to be, which is something Wilder mentioned in his post-match after Barnsley. You can see again we're a lot deeper, maybe a lot more passive off the ball. Yeah, I wrote something about Tav's heat map. Let me have a look at my notes. Oh yeah, it's similar to the average position thing. You can see Tav helping to help out. That's not a normal Tav heat map. I mean, there's still a lot of dots everywhere, but to be kind of this far back here so often, not a normal Tav heat map. I don't think it was the right game for Mark Bowler. I was discussing this with aforementioned person from work. Mark Bowler, he's been out for so long, and I do rate Mark Bowler highly, but to bring him back in this game, I think and we did obviously miss Dykesdale as well because he is crucial to how we play. Lee Peltier is just not the same. He makes those runs forward and he has a nosebleed. And that's also not digging at Peltier. He's better than I thought he would be, to be fair. Like, my whole man's up. I got it wrong with Peltier. But it's just not his game, is it? He's all right. He does a job. But he's not Anthony Dykesdale when it comes to progressing the ball. Izzy Jones, his heat map, as you'd expect, really, to be fair. But just the one key pass in this game. Still won all his ground duels. Standard. Johnny Alston had a poor game. You see again, he was getting dragged out to this side as well again. Just that combination on that side of Sander Berger and Ben Osborne causing problems. Gibbs White as well had quite a fluid role in the team. He's dropping over here so often. And also, that's apparently their striker. Get him all over the gaff. Comparing to Sporar, who's been poor for a couple of weeks now. That's not a controversial opinion. I'm not claiming it is. I mean, there's a bigger dot on the centre circle than you'd like it to be. Took a lot of kickoffs. Yeah, it's just a poor performance. The away form continues. You can see if you look at the league table, we have become an inconsistent side now. Very inconsistent. I mean, yeah, if you look at the teams around, QPR have dropped out of the playoffs. Crikey, I did not know that. Poor Jimmy Alcott. You look at Huddersfield, they're unbeaten in about 4 years. Blackburn also quite inconsistent. They're dropping off. But like Sheffield United, they've only won 1 more game than us, but basically we're inconsistent, boys. Luton, more consistent. you need consistency to get in, and we're still in the hunt. Don't get me wrong, like we are absolutely still in the hunt for playoffs. Like people overreacting, we're 1 point off. Just like we're 2 points off. Let's just calm down. We've got a game in hand on Blackburn, so if we win that, you know, we're joint on points, behind on goal difference. Like we're not out of the playoff race now. The problem is that our next, most of our next 3 games are away. Let's have a look. I'm going the wrong way here, aren't I? Got Millwall away. We've got Birmingham away up next. So we're going to the Den and to St Andrews. I believe they're the stadiums. Now we should beat Birmingham. I mean, we should beat Millwall really, but Millwall are on a cracking run of form, so that's scary. It's a crucial part of the season. We need to sort this away form out because it is well and truly costing our playoff push. And if we don't get playoffs, so be it. We're going to Wembley anyway because we're going to win the FA Cup. And on that note, I'm going to stop the share and bid you farewell because it's getting dark and I've got 2 more days of work. I do actually like my job, if my boss sees this. Please don't fire me. Farewell. Have a wonderful evening. Ciao.